Do you want to take guitar, fiddle, banjo, or dobro lessons? I talked with the online dobro teacher for Artistworks Academy, Andy Hall, about teaching the dobro, what inspires him, playing with the likes of Charlie Daniels and Zach Brown, as well as being nominated for the IBMA Dobro of the Year award. Listen on to see why I had to ask.
Hi, I'm Lillian, and I'm here with Andy Hall, one of the people that is up for that has a nomination for the IBMA Dobro Player of the Year. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks very much.
So can you tell me about the online dobro lessons you teach?
Sure. Well, it's called Artistworks, and they have all different types of teachers that teach different instruments. I do the dobro, and it focuses on a video exchange program where students can send me videos of themselves playing, and I look at them and can film a video and then send it back and give them some feedback on their playing. I've got, probably 150 video lessons that they can watch and learn from. So it's a really cool, unique way to learn an instrument. It's got a ton of information, and then you can have like one-on-one interaction with an artist that you like, whether it be me or one of the other instrument teachers.
So how did you get started doing this?
Well, I was contacted by one of the people from Artistworks. They were looking for a dobro teacher. They had started the Bluegrass school at Artistworks, and Tony Trishka, I think, was the first one teaching banjo, and they started adding all the bluegrass instruments, and they wanted dobro to sort of round it out. So I got an email about it and looked into it, and it looked awesome, and sure enough, it turned out to be really cool.
So how long have you been doing this?
I believe it's been 3 years now, so time flies, and the cool thing is, over time, the curriculum just builds and builds. I started with a certain amount of videos, and then each year I add to it, so it just kind of keeps growing.
So, why did you start playing the dobro, and when did you start playing the dobro?
I started playing the dobro about 20 years ago. I was originally a guitar player, and actually I developed tendinitis in my left hand from playing guitar, but I had always dabbled in slide guitar, but I realized playing lap style slide guitar didn't hurt my hand, and also loved the sound of it and was very attracted to it. So I was almost sort of like forced into it in a way, but I loved it, and it just became something that was very unique and different, and I've been doing it ever since.
So you've gotten to play with people like Charlie Daniels and Zach Brown. So what was that like? Who's your favorite, and what was that like?
I don't know who my favorite was, as far as they all bring something unique. And, when you get to meet people like that, you realize why they're so popular. They have an energy, they have talent, they have just a presence that is really cool to be around, and you can kind of learn a lot from. So, yeah, Charlie Daniels is a character, an amazing musician, and, Zach Brown, what an incredible singer. And these people are really awesome to get to try and back up, because, they really have something amazing that they do, and it's fun to try and get involved with it.
So who are some of your musical heroes?
Well, as far as bluegrass, certainly a lot of the people that everyone knows, like Jerry Douglas, huge one for me, Tony Rice, Sam Bush, all those guys. I've always been a fan of guitar music. I liked jazz guitar players like John Scofield and Pat Metheny. I love Django Reinhardt. I've always been a fan of kind of guitar music. So those are some of my bigger influences.
So what inspires you?
The dobro as an instrument is always inspiring. Every time I take it out, I'm like excited. I get excited. I don't know why. I love it. It's really fun. So the dobro as an instrument inspires me, and then playing with other people inspires me. It's like, and being in a place like IBMA where you meet new musicians, you see old friends that you haven't seen in a while, and just that personal connection with other musicians is super inspiring.
So what was it like getting nominated for Dobro Player of the Year?
It's very exciting and an honor, because the other people who are nominated are all like my heroes. So it's pretty cool to get to be, in a category with them, and it's awesome because I look at myself as sort of an ambassador of the instrument. I just try and put my best foot forward, and I play for a lot of people that have never seen a dobro, so it's really cool for me to get to like introduce people to it, and to be nominated and sort of recognized in that way is unbelievable.
What advice do you have for young musicians?
Just focus on the fun part of it and the inspiration part of it would be my best advice. I mean, that's what guides all musicians, is just the excitement and the fun and the energy of it. And so, you need to practice a lot, obviously. There's no getting around that. But it should be fun. It should be enjoyable. It shouldn't feel like a ton of pressure. It should just be, do the elements of it that you enjoy most, and that'll guide you.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell our listeners?
Just thanks a lot for the interview, and best of luck to you this IBMA.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yep, thank you.
I hope you enjoyed